But we are going to jump right into our next speaker, Sandra Auman, who is the Cultural Affairs Officer at the delegation here, and she's been my partner in crime in getting everything together for this. And she manages projects for the Press and Public Diplomacy section to promote European culture and increase outreach to secondary school teachers. She also works on the EU Embassy Days, you know, when you can go around and visit everything. She works on that, and she's done a lot with resources for teachers. So she's going to come and talk about that. You have to get on the internet, right? Yeah. Okay.
Hi, glad to meet you all and glad you could be here today with us. I'm going to talk about some tools that you can use, some support materials that we have available. And the first of those I'll talk about is the EU lesson plans. I think some of you are familiar with them, but how many of you have used them or at least know about them? Curious to see? Okay. This is the delegation's website, the Washington delegation website. If you go to, let's see, academic resources. Okay, and so here we have study opportunities and then lesson plans. So there are a number under the lesson plans, and the top one is for the grades 9 through 12, we had produced 10 modular lesson plans that can be used as standalone lessons or, you know, as a series. You can pick and choose. So I'm just going to go briefly through, I guess, two of them. There's the geography. I mean, some of them are pretty basic and others are a little more complicated. So I'll pick one of each. And all of them have a PowerPoint presentation that support the lesson. So we're starting with the question, where is the European Union? Where in the world is it? And then we have, online maps. So basically you have links to a lot of websites. And this particular interactive map, you can click on any country and pick up specific information about the country. So this should take one class lesson, one class period, I mean. And this goes through the population density and the area and comparisons between the United States and the EU, and also Japan and Russia. And let's see, another map. So the lesson just has the students cut out these pictures and lay them over each other so they can see the actual size differentiation. And then there's data to fill in. Now the PowerPoint, let's see. Has some graphs. Just visuals. Okay, so there it is in a nutshell. Let's see. And then I'll go to the, let's see, this one. Since the Economic and Monetary Union is a topic of today's discussion, the premise of this lesson is that the students will create a currency based on the 13 original colonies of the United States. Just to show them a little bit about the process, make them think about what it would be like to have to create a new currency. So they're asked to design a coin and a banknote. And then, of course, there are the visuals and the worksheets and the web links. Assessment questions. Plenty of maps. And then it just takes the original members of the euro currency, or the takes a dozen of them, 11 or 12 of them, and gives the comparisons between their old currencies and the euro. And there you have the Eurozone countries listed on the bottom. And then the worksheets. Giving some of the main points that you might want to put across. And the progression of the euro.
So, quick question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
In your presentation, you gave the link of what each monetary value were when you originally created the euro. As young Americans, and I know for myself if I have trouble, it's always a stretch for me to keep in mind what is the value of this in relationship to my money, because the money I understand is an American dollar.
Yeah.
I would find it valuable to say at the beginning of this, what is the relationship between the American dollar and these currencies, because as you go to Europe today, the euro is so much more, valuable now than, in that sense of America. It takes more American money to buy a euro. So that's a discussion.
Yeah, the currency fluctuations.
I would think it's obvious to people who may have traveled. I still find problems with accepting what I used to get for an Italian lira, to that now recognizing that merged so successfully in that, and I think that would add just a little tweak to what you're looking at.
Okay, thank you.
Opinion.
Thank you for your suggestion. I'm always welcome comments. Okay, so we're going to go back to the. Let's go back. So Dan Hamilton mentioned the lessons that the EU Centers of Excellence collects from teachers, and that's right here. So they're just for actually more wider latitude of grades and topics. By the way, our lesson plans, we update them about every 6 months, unless there's a real major change that, we would definitely update them with that. So just wanted to show you where you can find these things. And then, okay, so free publications, there's a sheet. These folders are out on the table in the next room, and in here there's a sheet on how to order publications in quantities for yourself, your fellow teachers, and your students. And you can just go online and do that. And we have some in-house publications that would be good for your own, let's say background information. It may be over the heads of your students, I don't know. The EU Focus, which is it's a newsletter. We publish around 6 a year, about, I think it's 6 to 8 pages. We have the EU Insight, which is just a 2-sided page on just a lot of different topics of interest, current type of stuff. And we have the EU Guide for Americans. It's sort of the comprehensive Bible for us. So it's a thick book, and it's just got, in a nutshell, almost everything about the European Union that, statistical and milestones and maps and personalities and institutions. Yeah, I think that's really all I had to show you. You can explore our website and find a lot more. Yeah, sure.
What's the
Question?
URL?
Are there any questions?
Yep, can I come to this website? Is this the EU or?
The EU, it's, EU, at www.yourunion.org. EUR.
EUR,
Is it EUR?
Let me go back.
isn't it? EUR.
It's EUR. Yeah, it
Are
is.
there different versions of the website?
Yeah, it's EUR Union, one word, .org.
I just wondering, are there different versions for the website for regular computer versus a mobile version? And who is getting a different web page? Why not?
I don't know why you're getting a different web page. Oh, and I put 2 binders of the full series of 10 lesson plans out on the table there, and I noticed that they're not there. So if you picked one up, would you please put it back so other people can look at it? Thanks a lot. I think now you're on lunch break.